Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we'll be discussing the novel The Optimist. This is the second part of the novel. In the first part I have discussed the plot and the summary. In this video I'll be discussing the critical analysis of The Optimist, a novel written by Bina Shah. So let's begin. Before dealing with the very story critically, it is pertinent to shed light on its plot. It is the story of a family which is scattered, half living in Pakistan and half living in Britain. The story revolves around the main characters Adnan and Raheela, who are the protagonists, and their arranged marriage. Adnan sees his cousin Raheela's photograph and falls in love with her. Adnan's parents ask Raheela's hand for their son. So ऐसा होता है कि स्टोरी में दो फैमिलीज़ बताई होती हैं, अदनान और राहीला की फ़ैमिली ब्रिटेन में रहती है, वेयर अदनान की फ़ैमिली पाकिस्तान में रहती है। तो अदनान अपनी डिज़ायर शो करता है कि मैं राहीला से शादी करूँगा। राहीला उसकी कज़न होती है और उसके पेरेंट्स बहुत खुश होते हैं कि अदनान ने एट लास्ट किसी को पसंद कर लिया, और फिर उस लड़की को जो कि इसकी कज़न है। तो राहीला क्योंकि ब्रिटेन में रहती है, ओके लेट्स मूव टूवर्ड्स द अदर स्लाइड so that we can see what happens in the plot. I want to go through a plot again because this is my second video on this novel and most of the people would have not went through my first video of the novel The Optimist. The novel is divided into three parts. The first part is narrated by Adnan. He discusses how his family feels happy while he makes a decision of marrying Raheela. Raheela is his cousin who resides in England. The second part of the novel is narrated by Raheela. As she comes home from outside, her parents tell her that a proposal had come for Raheela and they have accepted it for her now. So she needs to make a preparation for the wedding. Here, Raheela gets devastated by the sudden news of marriage. She, being a British born, couldn't afford an act to be implemented on her because she believes in liberty, freedom of speech, and making of her own choices in such big matters of life, and she rejected the proposal and explicitly marks the conversation with the statement that she won't go to Pakistan. Her parents say that even Adnan is in a traveling agency. Whenever you want, he would simply get you a ticket and you can come to meet us. Here, her parents emotionally blackmail her, and her parents' health worsens with the mere statement of Raheela and her independent nature. So, Raheela's sister comes to her parents' home and she tries to console and motivate Raheela to get married to Adnan, as in the opposite case, it will eventually destroy the health of their parents, and for that reason Raheela accepts every barrier that comes in her way and she goes to Pakistan for the wedding. Here it marks the end of the second part of the novel. Now the third part is narrated by Adnan, who is busy in wedding preparations and is over the moon. All of his family is celebrating his happiness, and before the marriage Raheela tells Adnan not to have any expectations from her, as this isn't her choice but the mere choice of her parents. She has kneeled down of her parents' demands, wishes, and happiness. Later on, Adnan thinks my love for her would eventually change her, but things get worse and it gets worse time to time. Raheela doesn't allow him to get close to him, and even him to get close to her, and the wedding gets over. Raheela parents leave for London, and as Raheela and Adnan even accompany them, Raheela asks Adnan to sit in the car while she'll come to the car after some time. Adnan thinks that what if she needs some time alone with her parents, but Adnan goes and sits in the car. But even after the plane takes off, Raheela does not come to the car. She does not comes to Adnan and is gone somewhere. At the moment, Adnan thought that he would search for Raheela, and some point in life, Raheela would fall in love with him. That marks the end of the plot. Even call a story. Moving towards the critical analysis of the novel. As far as the critical analysis is concerned, one can witness so many instances of feminist elements and specially arranged marriages demonstrated as a menace. Menace means something threatening to the society. As readers can see that Rahila is not happy with parents' decision. She does not want to get married to Adnan, and even she does not want to see his face, but her parents forcefully imposed their verdict on her. It apparently shows the mentality of a Pakistani parents who think that they are the only ones to decide their children's fate and their lives with the partners, like whom they would marry and whom they should marry. This only solely depends on the Pakistani parents. They can only choose, we cannot. As in the very story, we can witness that Rahila parent says, "It is a joke, Rahila. They proposed and we accepted." Rahila replies, "How could you do this to me? You did not even have the courtesy to ask me." Courtesy मतलब वो जो एक लाइक जब इंसान कोई लिहाज में भी ना पूछे किसी से. The above statement of Rahila's and her parents show that how parents arrange their children's wedding without even consulting them. Furthermore, in Pakistan, parents are very materialistic when it comes to groom for their daughter, and it's in the very story we can witness that Rahila parents who stress that Adnan has prestigious job in traveling agency. They say that he is a good boy and only son, and he would get everything after his parents are gone. In Pakistani society, parents always solace their children, like comfort their children or daughters by telling them how much the boy earns monthly and which car he has. And in the every story we can witness Rahila's mother saying Adnan is doing so well for herself. He's a partner in the traveling agency. You can get tickets to him, and time and again, like Rahila has been taught that you are doing a mistake by not accepting him, but later on they emotionally blackmails her and makes her willing for this marriage. At the end of the story, readers see that Rahila flies to London with her parents and leave Adnan in unbearable, everlasting sorrow. Sorrow matlab sadness, gloominess, grief. It shows that arranged marriages have always adverse and dire consequences and jeopardize lives of people forever. मतलब वो ख़त्म कर देता है लोगों की ज़िंदगियाँ. In a nutshell, one can state that arranged marriage is a curse for society. सोसाइटी के लिए कर्ज भी है, बिकॉज पाकिस्तानी सोसाइटी में ये लॉ भी नहीं है और रूल भी नहीं है, और इवन पेरेंट्स भी नहीं अलाउ करते. सोसाइटी भी अलाउ नहीं करती कि लोग लव मैरिज की तरफ जा सकें, बट they have to accept the arranged marriage. When parents not the tie of two unwilling youngs, in the story we witness Rahila who does not want to marry her cousin, but her materialistic parents force her, which eventually leads to her separation and unhappy ending. सो दिस मार्क्स द एंड ऑफ दिस स्टोरी. एंड इसमें सबक हमें ये देते हैं कि क्योंकि चाहे लड़की ब्रिटिश बॉर्न हो या पाकिस्तानी हो, लड़की के लिए सेम सोसाइटल रूल्स होते हैं. सोसाइटी एक ही होती है जो उनको हर जगह से प्रेस करती है. लड़कियों को दे सप्रेस देम, एंड ऑपरेशन बहुत है सोसाइटी में. तो दिस लीड्स टू द अनहैप्पी लाइफ ऑफ गर्ल्स, वेदर इट इज़ रिलेटेड इन education or marriage or any phase of the life of girls. Thank you so much. This marks the end of our story, and like, subscribe and follow my YouTube channel. Comment down below if you people are having any problems related to novels or even literature, linguistics, both. Thank you so much. Take care. Meet you in the next video. Till then, Allah Hafiz.